Hey, I got a few questions lately where I base my buying on when it comes to diamond paintings. So I thought I would do a little video on that explaining what my criteria are for buying a diamond painting. I'm going to be doing this while I paint. So you have something to look at while I talk, or if you want to work on a diamond painting yourself, of course, that's okay too. Or if you just want to listen to me while doing some other stuff, that's absolutely great. So, this is the painting I'm working on right now. I'm a little over halfway done. I'm in this section. I actually filmed a little chatty video before. That's why a bit of this section is already done, but I'm just going to continue while I do this video. So this video is all about how I select diamond paintings before I buy them. The first thing I'm going to be looking at is the company. I have a few favorite companies that I'd like to buy from, and if it's not on that list, I'm probably not even going to see the diamond paintings, because at this time I'm trying not to buy as much, so I'm not browsing around on other websites trying to find diamond paintings that I like because I'm trying to avoid that. So it has to be a company that I actually follow already if I'm even going to see that diamond painting. My absolute top favorite diamond painting company, if you didn't know already, if you're new here, is definitely Diamond Art Club. It's not the only company I do diamond paintings and buy diamond paintings from, but it is definitely my top favorite. So if it's a Diamond Art Club one, I know the quality is going to be amazing. I'm sorry, I was a little out of frame. So that's the first thing that I look at. If it's from one of my favorite companies, and my favorite companies are, as I said, Diamond Art Club, Carrot Art, which is where this painting is from, and Oraloa is also one of my favorites, but I haven't bought from them in a long time. But I do have a few of theirs in my stash. And that pretty much are my three top favorite companies right now. Sorry, I couldn't think of the word. But that isn't to say that I don't like other companies, that I haven't tried other companies, or that I won't try other companies, but those are my go-tos. So if there's a painting that I love from one of these three companies, I know the quality is going to be good, in my opinion. So that's the first criteria. Good quality kit, in my opinion, has poured glue, has good quality drills. I don't actually mind if they're acrylic, if it's a good quality acrylic, which means no tabs, no holes, not too much trash in the drills. They fit together nicely, they place easily. That is what I look for in drills. Then, as I said, poured glue is my preference, but not a deal breaker if it is double-sided adhesive, at least not for me. I can work fine on a double-sided adhesive canvas, but poured glue is a little easier. Good quality also means for me a clearly printed grid and symbols on that grid, and also means that the drills fit nicely together, as I said before, which goes hand in hand with the grid, because the grid size has to be adjusted to that company's drills that they use. The drills can be awesome, but if the grid doesn't match that specific drill type, it's still shit. For example, Dreamer Designs has good quality drills has good quality canvas, but in my opinion, they don't match. Especially for the square drills, there's too much gapping in my opinion, which makes it so that I don't buy square drill diamond paintings from Dreamer Designs anymore until they eventually maybe not never maybe not ever fix their grid. I'm not going to be doing square drill paintings from them because I don't enjoy having to straighten all the sections after I finish. After that, I obviously also look at the price. I don't have a limited amount of money to spend on diamond painting. I also have already quite a big stash, so I'm trying not to spend much at all at the moment. So that's also a concern of mine. So for example, I would love to try one day Jaded Gem Shop or Jolly Gem Shop or you name it, Distracted by Diamonds, all those kind of small shops. But their kits are just crazy expensive in my opinion, and I don't want to be spending my money on them right now if I'm not sure about the quality. I hear it's good, but I've heard it's good on other companies and I didn't think so necessarily. So I hope I will try these companies in the future, but maybe when they do a good sale. I'm not sure yet. As I said, I have a big stash, so I'm not in a hurry to find new companies to buy more from. Then what's obviously, I might have better just started with this point, but what's also very important to me is that the art that the company sells is licensed. That's actually the first deal breaker. If I see that a company doesn't do licensed artwork, I won't even look further ahead on their website because I'm not going to be buying that because I don't want to advertise not licensed artwork or in most cases stolen artwork. So that's actually the first criteria that I look at. But then if that all checks out, the quality is great, the price is okay in my opinion, and then I will look at the design of the image. I'm not a landscape diamond painter, so if it's a landscape, it will definitely not end up in my stash. I'm more of a portrait kind of diamond painter. So that's by far what I have most of in my stash are portraits. And then I also look at the color scheme. I know if it's a very dark painting with lots of dark browns, blacks, all that kind of stuff, I'm not going to enjoy painting that. So I'm not going to be buying that because I do obviously diamond paint as a hobby. So I want to enjoy what I'm working on. So if it's a painting, if it's an image that I like, if it has preferably bright colors in not all the same shade, so I'm not really drawn to an image that is all blue or all green or all purple, or you know what I mean. I would love there to be some color changes in it as well, alongside it being very colorful. And then if it's an image that I like with enough color, then I'm going to be looking at how much confetti there is. If I love the image enough, and if it's confetti crazy, I will still consider buying it, but I'm not the biggest fan of a lot of confetti because it just takes ages, and I would love to whiz through a painting a bit more. For example, this one, This one is from Carrot Art, as I said. It's a really cute image. I'll show it one more time. And it's also not too big. So I decided to still pick this one, even though I knew it was going to be a lot of confetti, which it is. As you can see over here, there isn't a lot of color blocking at all. But if it's a painting that I like, in the colors that I like, with enough variety in the colors, and if the size isn't too big, then I will still buy it. And then we have touched on my last point, is the size of diamond paintings. I have quite a few in my stash that are really big, and by really big I mean 60 by 80 or above, and they take ages to finish, which isn't the end of the world, but I do find that I get burned out at the end of that painting. It's just too long of working on the same painting for me. It's not the end of the world, as I said, but I would prefer a bit of a smaller kit. But that's a struggle because I also love kits that are detailed. So detailed kits means larger kits. So that's a bit of a juggle point for me. I have both. I have mostly large kits, but I also have a few smaller ones, which I try to do in between, just to feel like I'm making some actual progress and to have another finish under my belt. Hi, I'm going to interrupt this video a little bit because I forgot to talk about one very important thing that I look at while buying a diamond painting, which is the rendering. It's actually one of the most important things that I look at. As you may know, as you probably know, there's a difference between hand rendering and computer rendering. If you have an image that is computer rendered, you're going to have a lot more confetti, a lot more blurry lines, a lot more watercolory type images. And if you have a hand rendered image, for example, a Diamond Art Club image, then you're going to get a way more crisp and precise rendering style. So that is actually what I prefer. I prefer hand rendered canvases over computer charted ones any day. I don't really like computer rendering anymore. I do have a few of them in my stash. I have completed a few of the computer rendered kits. Obviously everyone has, I think, but I much prefer the outcome of hand rendered piece. So that's also what I'm going to be looking at. In my opinion, Diamond Art Club is far superior in that department as well to other companies because they hand render everything, and I really love their style of hand rendering. It's a lot crisper and clearer than most companies do it. I feel like most companies use computer rendering and chart it a little bit by hand, but the Diamond Art Club does a lot, which is why I love it. That's most of what I look at when buying a painting. I also not as much with buying a painting, but with choosing a painting to work on. But that's more of a content creator thing. When I decide on what painting I'm going to be working on, I do look a little bit at what other people are working on that are popular, that I follow, that a lot of people follow. I tried to not work on paintings that, for example, a few other popular content creators are already working on. I would prefer to be working on a kit that hasn't been seen before, or at least not too much. That might be silly, but it is a point that I look at when I decide to work on what to work on next. So I'm going to leave this video at that. It was a bit of a shorter one, but I had a few questions, so I thought I'd talk about it. So I hope you liked this video. Hope you got some ideas from it when deciding what you're going to be buying. If you have other points that you look at before buying a diamond painting, I would love to know. And I hope to see you next time. Have a nice day.